Hello everyone, welcome back to this video on pivot table and pivot chart in Excel. If you want to analyze data quickly and efficiently, pivot tables are your best friend. And in this video, we'll try to explore the different features of pivot table and pivot chart using different practice tasks. And I have kept almost 14 tasks for this video that will be showing one by one. And I believe after completing this video, you'll have a firm knowledge on the concept of pivot table and pivot chart. So let's get started. Before jumping into the practice tasks, let's discuss about the dataset we are working on here. We have a dataset related to sales data. Column represents the different order ID. Then we have order date. We have different regions of this sales data. We have different salesperson here. We have product of different category like laptop, tablet, mobile and so on. We have their sold quantity, unit price, and from this quantity and unit price we have their total sales. So this is the basic description of this data set. Now let's jump into the pivot table concept. Here at the practice task, first we'll try to create a pivot table using this data set. Click anywhere in this table and press Ctrl A. It will choose the whole table or whole dataset. Here we have around 10 samples or 9 samples, but when you are working on real dataset, there might be hundreds or thousands of data samples. To create a pivot table, after selecting the table, you need to go on to this insert button, and here you will find some button related to pivot options. The first one is pivot table. Then we have recommended pivot tables. And if you go a little bit right side under this chart group, you will see pivot chart. So all these three things are related to pivoting. The first thing you can do is use this arrow button and go here. You will see two options to create a pivot chart from the pivot table from. The first one from the selected table or range like we have here, or you can also use external data source from any API or any database. If it could be from a website or anything like that. Anyway, for now we'll be choosing this from table or range. So here we have another option that is recommended pivot tables. I will show you that later. Let's click on here and you will see it is asking for option. Do you want to use a new worksheet or existing worksheet? For now, I'll be choosing this existing one. You can choose a new worksheet. It will bring a brand new worksheet for you and you can start working there. For now, I'll be choosing this one, existing worksheet, and it's asking for location, like where you want to place the pivot table and the related data chart. So I will be choosing a cell. Just let's choose this cell for this table. Now press OK. Here we have another options. If you have multiple data tables to analyze, you can tick this one. But for now, we have just one table. I will be choosing this OK. After clicking here, you will see you have option like this. This placeholder is blank now. Once we choose the right option, it will populate a table for us. And just when you created this pivot table, one window came up here, that is the pivot table fields. Okay, so these are the fields, and if you remember the data table we are working on, we had order ID, date, region. So these things are here, order ID, date, region up to this total cells. Now when you are trying to create a pivot table, you can make any sort of combination to create the data table from these fields. Let's say we'll try to follow a task list. First, we want to summarize total sales by region, and we need to be concerned about those two columns, like the region and the total sales. Here we have total sales, and if you want to see the region here. So at the second practice, we'll try to create a region-wise comparison of total sales. How we can do so? Here we have a region field. You need to drag it down, and you can leave it here or here, but if you leave it at the row, it will put the regions at different rows. Let's see, when I have placed here, you can see we have the different regions at these different rows. we need to drag the total sales at this cell, that is values. Now you can see we have region wise total sales made by that data set. Okay, this was the second task. Let's see what we can do else. Summarize total sales by salesperson. So we summarize the total sales by region. Now let's summarize the total sales by salesperson. Let's go up here. Now I need to remove this field from here. Just right click and you can click here remove field. It will go away. Now let's bring the salesperson here. Now you can see we have a data set according to the salesperson. And here you can see who has made how many sales at that duration. Next comes the fourth task, summarize total sales by product. We can do similar thing by product. So to remove this from this row, we can do another options like I can click on here and it will remove the salesperson and we want to click product. It will automatically bring the product here. This is the solution for task 4, that is summarize total sales by product. Now the task 5, analyze sales performance by salesperson and product. Here comes 3 fields together. The first one is salesperson, then the product and the total sales. How you can do so? So this is pretty simple. When you want to apply multiple fields together, you just need to be concerned about the table structure, like what parameter you want to keep at the different rows and what parameter you want to keep at the different columns. Okay, so our task included 3 fields. Let me show you again. Task 5. This task, this included 3 columns, salesperson, product and total sales. So let's go to the field. Salesperson, this one, I will choose this one, salesperson, product and total sales. Now, once I have selected this field, you can see this sort of pivot table has been generated for me. If you want to make a 2-dimensional table, you can drag any of this from here, like the product from here to the column. So it will generate a 2-dimensional table where you have different rows and different columns. Okay, you can swap between these two things. Like here we had Alice, Bob and Charlie. Alice had made some sales under the laptop category. He has sold some mobiles and he had this total sales. Similarly, Bob and Charlie has made sales under this different category. If you want to swap the axis between this table, you can do so. Just drag it here and salesperson here. You'll see, you'll find a product category at different rows and the salesperson at different columns. So this is how we can create a performance analysis using the different fields for the salesperson and the product. Now comes the 6th task, calculate total quantity sold. Here we have 2 concerned fields, product and quantity. So this is pretty simple. I hope you have already guessed the solution. We need to put the product and the quantity together. Let's do so. I'll untick this product and choose quantity. You'll see this is the table we are looking for. We have laptop. They have sold 27 laptops during these dates. They have sold 60 mobiles, 22 tablets are sold. Let's verify one thing. Like if you choose the mobile category and go up to the table, we'll see how many mobile are sold. Like here we have sold 15 units, 15 plus 20, 35 units, 35 and 25, that is total 60 units. So we can verify that our table is generating fine. Okay. Now let's come to the next task. Compare sales by region and product. So it was similar to this task 5, but here you need to take in concern which data you want to keep at rows and which data you want to keep at columns, and we need to compare sales by region and product. So let's choose that. region, product, and total sales. Now being total sale, this one sort of analysis. If you want to put the product under the column, you will see something like this. Again, we can do something like this. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. Let's jump to the next task. Task 7, we have done it right now. Then come the task 8. Find average sales per order. Okay, so here we'll try to change something. We'll choose salesperson, total sales, and we'll try to find average sales per order. Okay, so from the field we'll untick this. Here we have salesperson, their total sales. Now we need to find their average sales per order. To do so, this is sum of total sales, and we need to find what is the average of sales per order. We can do so from coming back here. You will find a arrow sign. From here, go to value field setting. This will bring our windows like this. Here you will see we have different options that you can bring here. Like here we have brought the sum. You can find the average also. You can find his maximum sale, was his minimum sale, how many sales he has made, things like that. So for now, we'll put this average and press OK. So Alice has made different sales of different prices, but his average sales per order was this amount. Okay. Similarly, if we wanted to find how many sales he has made, number of sales, you can do so from this field setting, count, and you'll see Alice has 4 entries of sales. Let's check it out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So at this data table, we have 4 order ID under Alice name. Similarly, Bob has made 3 and Charlie has made 3 sales according to this data set. So this is how we can change the value from this value setting. By default, it would be something like this. It will be remain at sum. Okay. But if you want something else, you need to come up here and change it here. So that was task 8. Now let's find the next task. Sort sales from highest to lowest, and we need to use the salesperson and their total sales, highest to lowest. This is pretty simple. This is their average sales. You can also make sorting here. Just come up here, then you can go up to this home tab. Here we'll find sorting option, sort and filter. You can choose any of these according to your need. Okay, so let's say largest to smallest you want to find out. If you click here, you will see Bob has made the maximum average sale, then Charlie has made just after Bob, and then Alice is the last one. If you want to find the sorting according to the total sales, you can also do so. First we need to change it to total sum. Then you can see the total sales was made by Bob. He's the first one. Alice is the second one, and the Charlie is the third one. So this is how you can sort things for your pivot table. You can do similar thing from this data tab also. If you go to data tab, you will find something like this. The same thing, sort smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Let's say we want to sort it in smallest to largest order. So just you can come up here and click here. You will see the change. So that was task 9. Let's come up to task 10. We have only 5 tasks remaining for us. Task 10, this is saying that filter to show sales for a specific product. So we need to apply filter. This is very interesting one, and I will try to show you how we can apply filter for your data table. To apply product wise filter, we'll come up here, we'll choose product, then we'll untick this. From here, if you want to choose any of the single item or multiple item from the list of this category, you can come up here and click on here. You will see the category filter. You can choose, like say you want to see the tablet data, you can choose here like this. You can choose multiple items like this, or you can choose all of them. Let's say we also want to see salesperson wise product sales, and we want to put the salesperson at the column. And if you want to filter among the salesperson also, like how many sales has been made by Charlie only for different category, you can come up here and at the column filter button you can choose anyone you want, like let's say Alice I want. So this is how you can do so. So this is how you can apply filter to your data table. Let's reset these filters. I'll choose all the item and then all of them. Okay, so there is one nicer way, like using a slicer. Where you can find slicer, if you click any of the cell outside this pivot table, you will not see that tab. Once you click on the pivot table, you will see a new tab is up here at the ribbon, that is pivot table analyze. From here, if you come up under this filter section, you will see insert slicer. So here you can choose which are the filter you want to apply. Let's say we want to have filter according to product, region and salesperson. Let's choose this all three and this will give us the filter. Okay, let's reshape them. So this is our different slicers for different category. Let's say you want to see only the laptop data for different region and salesperson. Okay, so I haven't integrated the region here yet. So let's just see the product and salesperson filter here. Let's choose, if you choose tablet, you will see the data for tablet. If you choose mobile, you will see the data for mobile. If you choose a single salesperson like Charlie, you will see the sales for mobile from Charlie. If you want to choose multiple option, you can click here and choose multiple option from here like mobile and laptop. Then you can choose multiple salesperson. Just click up here and select multiple one. So that's how you can apply slicer. Here is one amazing thing I forgot to show you. Let's say you want to apply a date-based sorting or date-based filtering. How we can do so? Here we have a column called date. So this data we are using here is of 1 January to 10 January. So if you want to see a filter effect from a timeline view for this data, you can also do so. Just click on this pivot table, come up here at pivot table analyze. You will see insert timeline option. So here, once you click it, you will see date. So if you choose this date, you will find something like this. Okay. So here you can choose a filter for months, years, or you can also choose days. As the data we are using is only from 1st January to 10 January, so we need to choose it as days. And from here, we can only see the data for 1 to 10. Let's say you want to choose the data that is the sole data of different items from the first 5 days of the month. So you can, if you choose the first 5 days from here, you'll see the data has been reorganized according to your time range. If you want to see the last 5 days sales, you can choose this in this way. If you want to see the first week sales, you can choose like this. Okay, so this is how you can do a time-wise filter. I hope you got the idea about using a slicer, how you can do so. You can make some styling to this from this timeline tab. It will only appear when you click on this timeline. From here, you can choose different design from the templates. Okay, so this is how you can use filter for pivot table, how you can use slicer and insert timeline for your pivot table. I hope the idea is clear about the filtering option. Let's jump into the next task. Well, the task 11 it's asking for monthly sales trend. Okay. So if we had different sales data for January, February, or other months, how we can apply monthly trends for those data. Okay. So before going for this task, let's make some changes here. As we have only 1 month data here, let's say the last 3 data we want to make this for. This is February, this is also February, and let's change it to March. Okay. So now in the data set we have 3 month data, January, February, and March, and we want to see what is the trend in sales according to month. Okay, from this data, let's remove the previous data table from pivot because this is no longer updated, because here you can see as I have updated the dates here, it's not updated here. I will remove this pivot table from here. Now come up here, choose the whole table, go to insert, then create pivot table, existing sheet, choose allocation. Okay. Now to see the monthly data trends, sale trends, I will first choose the date. So this is the date, and then you need to choose the total sales. You can see already they have made the data trend for us. Like for January, we have made 25,600. For February, we have made this, and March for this. So this is a way. If this was not in this way, let's say this is something like this. Originally, when you apply the pivot table with the date and total sales, the table might look like this. To find out the month-wise sales from here, what you need to do, just come up here and click on any of the dates, then right click and come for this group option. From this grouping, you can see the starting is the 1st January and the ending date is the 11th March. That is 10 March we have here. 11 is okay, this in between the range. Now, what is the type of grouping you want to make from this data? So we want to group all this January in one group, February in another, and March in another. So we want to group by months. So that's why I choose this month from here. If we had multiple data from our different years and you wanted to separate the data according to year, you should have choose these years. You can also do quarters, but for now we'll be choosing month and press OK. Once you click this, you see all the data has been sorted according to the months. So isn't that amazing? So this is how you can do a month-wise calculation for your total sales. Now let's come to another task, like create a pivot chart, any relevant pivot chart like bar, column, or pie from the data. Let's say we have here month-wise sales and you want to apply a pie chart, pivot chart for this. How you can do so? Just when you click here, you will see under this pivot table analyze, you will see pivot chart on the right side. You can also find a similar thing from the insert tab and pivot chart. But for now, we will choose this one, pivot chart. If you click this, it will bring the options available for this data. Let's say you want to create a pie chart for these 3 months. You can do so. Press OK. And here you will see. Let's delete this. We don't want the title. So remove this. It's come up a little bit larger. Okay. You can see the data legends. Okay. So at the January, it was blue color. It's hard to visualize the legend color. Okay. For March, we have green. For February, we have orange. And for January, we have blue. I hope the color is right. Anyway, so this is how you can create a pivot chart for your data from the pivot table. Let's say you want to change something. You do not want to see the March maybe. I am removing March from the list. If I press OK, you can see the table has already been updated from this data. Let's reset the data for us again, and you see the data has been already updated for us. Let's say it's not the month-wise cell you want to see the product-wise cell. Just click on here and remove the date from month or date. You can right click here, or you can just drag it out. You'll see we have 3 product, that is laptop, mobile and tablet, and we have a pie chart for that. If you want to change the pie chart or you want to make something different, let's go up here, design. You can come up here and change chart type. From here, if you want to go for column chart, not a pie chart, you can come up here at the column and press OK. So you can easily change the chart type or the graph type for your data table. So I hope the concept is clear how you can insert a pivot chart for your pivot table. Let's come for the next task, that is 13. Analyze laptop sales by region. And we need to put region, product, and using a filter we need to put only the laptops as against the total sales. Okay, so region wise laptop sales, let's do it. Come up here, choose region, choose product and total sales. Then you can bring the product up here. So the table, notice the table first. Is it okay? Okay. We have different category of product and we want to just choose the laptop. So from here you can filter that, only you can keep the laptop, press OK. So here we have a pivot table as well as the pivot chart for the product. You can do the filtering from the chart also, that is the pivot chart. Like let's come up here and choose a different product, not laptop. So this is the data for mobile region wise. Okay, let's choose multiple item. Okay, so it has generated a legend. You can remove the legend from here so it will look nicer. Okay, so this is something like the task we were working on. Okay, so the next task, it would be a great addition for your experience with pivot. I will be showing you a simple example, but for your practical task it could be a complex calculation. That is, add a calculated field. What it means for us, when we are creating a pivot table, you can see we had different fields from our data table, like we have order ID, date, salesperson, quantity, and all these data were present at our table. But let's say you want to add another field here which is not present at your table, like you want to calculate the profit, and according to our task we need to put an additional field here which is a custom made field. It's not from the table, but you can, as a user, you can make them. Okay, so how you can make or add an additional field at the field list? So for that, come up at the pivot table analyze. From here, at the calculation tab, you will find field, item and sets. So what's the hint saying? Read and modify calculated fields and item. Let's click on here and you will see calcu fields. For example, let's say we will add a field named profit, and profit would be 20% of the sales value. Okay, so how you put a field like this? So we'll put the field name first. Let's name it profit, and the profit value would be the total sales. Let's insert this here, total sales times 20%. Okay, so 20%. Now if you press add, you will see an additional field which has come up here. Okay, you can also calculate something like tax, and tax would be let's say 5% of the total sales. Okay, so 5%. We can press add. It will also add at your data table. Okay, now let's say you want to see the profit as per product. So let's choose this. We'll choose the product, we'll choose their total sales and their profit. So here you can see from laptop category, let's clear the filter from here. Okay, we have 3 category of product. From each product we have made this sales, and as of 20% of profit margin, we can see we have made this profit. If you want to know what is the tax amount, just bring the tax from here under this table values. You'll find another additional column which is 5% of the total sales. So this is how you can add different fields. These fields are not present at your data table. Like you can see here, we do not have any column named profit or tax. Custom made those fields for us, and we are using them for making our custom calculation using pivot table. So let me summarize. If you want to create a pivot table, just select the table, come up here, you will find pivot table or pivot chart. We can insert any of this. Both will work the same way. If you are confused about what will be the different combination or how you can make different insights from this table, you can always choose this recommended pivot chart. It will give you some sample idea from your dataset. Like you can look for region wise sale, you can look for self person wise total sales and how many sum of unit price was there. You can see product wise sales, the number of quantity they have sold. So different things they are suggesting according to your data table. If you have your requirements like we had here for different task, if you have requirement like this, you can just start working on your data table using the field concept. That is to bring the items from under this row and column category, the categorical item like product, then salesperson, bring these items under this row and columns, and the values like the sales amount, the unit quantity sold, or the tax, the profit, this you should bring up at this value field. Okay, now if you want to change the different values, for let's say you do not want to find the sum, you want to find the quantity, the maximum value, minimum value, we can change that from here, from value field setting. We can choose any one of these parameter. One last thing, if you want to change a style for your data table, just come up here and you will find another additional design tab. You can choose any design for your pivot table, whichever looks great to your eye. So that's all for this video. We have practiced altogether 14 tasks for this pivot table and pivot chart, and we have practiced almost everything that is possible with pivot table in Excel. I'll see you in the next video with some more exciting features of Excel. Thank you.